Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut. Week 12 is upon us, and a regional final about to unravel a winner. Tonight in Byron Center is the Division II regional final between Byron Center hosting Portage Central, a team that they hosted in a preseason scrimmage, an annual portage of these two teams. Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Good to be with you, Stick. Regional final for Byron Center, a team we've seen a few times now. It offers up a new opportunity with an opponent that's a familiar one, and they've battled before in recent times.
Yeah, and I like the way Byron Center's coach puts it. They're a team we like to scrimmage. They're not a team we like to play. And that's what they do in the beginning of every season. They scrimmage, but last year they met again in the playoffs. First round, Byron Center got through them pretty easily, 42-23. So this is kind of a redemption game for Portage Northern, too. Portage Central, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and look, this is an opponent that wants to keep the football in their hands, keep it away from Byron Center.
Yep.
Their offense kind of a concern for Mark Cisco and his group. Portage Central's coming in with something a little different.
Yeah, it's that flex bone offense. You don't see it too much, but when it's ran to perfection, it's a very powerful, and it's confusing for the defense. And when you got the big hosses up front like they have, it's a good thing to execute. 24-play drive last game. 24 plays on one drive. I don't even know how mathematically that fits inside 100 yards, but they did it, and they won, and here they are.
Meanwhile, it's an offense led by Landon Tungate for Byron Center. He can do so much, Stick, an accurate passer, a guy you trust in a game like this.
Yeah, he's been the guy. I mean, we've called this is our third game for them, and he's been impressive in every single game with his legs, with his arm. I mean, I think the first game we called, he had 30-some-plus rushing attempts. So you got to watch out for this guy on every single level. And when he's not beating you up, you got the Payne brothers coming at you, too. So it's going to be a fun, physical, hard-fought game here today.
We'll get deeper into the details of this contest between these two rivals from the west side of the state going at it. But we'll step aside and hear more from the head coach, Mark Cisco, and get his thoughts on this ball game as we roll on in Byron Center. The winner goes to the semifinals and takes on East Lansing or Saginaw Heritage. Glad to have it here on NFHS. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back to Byron Center as we get set for Byron Center and Portage Central. It's the head coach, Mark Cisco, joining us now. Congratulations on getting to this regional final after a well-earned victory last week by a touchdown, 30-23.
Sure, thanks. It was wild. We made it pretty hard, but no, we played really well and beat a really good opponent. We're going to play another one tonight. So.
Revenge, I know that wasn't something you were out for. You just wanted your best against Mona Shores. How were you able to rally these guys after it was a 23-0 game, back to 23-all? What did you remind them of?
We talked about it at halftime. We said 17-0 now. It's good. We all know it's going to get close. And then we were able to come out and strike early in 23-0, and we just looked at our kids and said, we know what's coming. And that kid has Jonathan Pittman's 7,000 yards of offense in his career. He was going to get some, and they sure did, and really challenged us.
Byron Center knocked off the number 2 team, Muskegon Mona Shores. Tonight, it's Portage Central, a team that you know well. You open the year in a scrimmage with them. You open every year with a scrimmage with them.
Sure.
You know them. What should we know about them?
They're tough. They're physical. They're disciplined. They're well coached. And that's the reason we want to scrimmage them. And I told their guys today when we were talking, I'm like, that's the reason we don't want to play you. So, that's what you're going to get from them. They don't change. They're not going to panic, and they're just going to compete like crazy.
Kind of similar in running styles. You both want to run the ball. It's a little bit of a eye bone, I guess, offense. Talk about defending that and what you have to really be disciplined with.
Hard to defend. They're so quick off the line of scrimmage, and they get after you, and they do it every day of the week, and they're not afraid of doing it. So you just got to be real disciplined, but discipline, the ball, and then fitting the run game really good. a misfit in a run game against flexbone team is a big play. So we just got to be really, really sharp there. And then, flexbone teams, like, they bore students, right? Bore teenagers. First time you sleep, the ball's thrown over your head. So we just have to be on our toes and be really good for all 48 minutes.
Your team's been very good on both sides of the football. Let's start with the offense. You're a team that wants ball control like them, and you've been able to do that with your run game that set the tone with your guys up front on that offensive line.
Yeah, a guy, coach called me and said, you guys have the Willy Wonka crew up there. Well, yeah, we're not much to look at up there, but those guys are real disciplined. They're physical, and they're real easy to coach, and they can catch things on the run. So when you can do that up front, you can have a lot of answers, and then that gives our skill guys opportunities in one-on-one matchups.
Landon Tungate, obviously the head of the snake for you. As you go, he goes. How confident do you feel having him as your quarterback touching the ball in critical games like this?
If you have a high school kid who's 75% complete, you can be pretty confident, right? I mean, it used to be you'd hope they were 50, and this guy's 75 right now. And so, you can trust him. He made some mistakes early in the year and then the first moment of game, and his comment was, I'm trying too hard. Like, I'm really trying too hard. And I'm like, then don't. Like, just go play. And since then, he's been really good.
Your defense has been outstanding, certainly not overshadowed by anybody. A collective unit. Who's playing so well for you right now?
Well, our two guys up front last week were fantastic. The line of scrimmage did not move the entire first half. Now, it moved the second half, but those two guys really played well up front, Aiden Van Dam and Chris Brown. And then Nolan Stubblefield and Matt Orange at DN. Those guys are pretty good. And then two guys playing behind them, Luke and Kellen, are really good. They like each other. They like playing. They just like playing. And that makes things easy for us. And then Cam comes in and spells them, and Mason Sarver and Hunter Pulowski. I mean, we played 5 guys back there, so that gives us a little opportunity to breathe a little bit too.
What's the keys to victory on each side of the football tonight if you're going to advance to the semifinals?
Win first down. Like, if you don't win first down against a flexbone team, you're in for a long night. Ask North Texas. I'll win for them against Army. That's the first thing. And then you got to convert when you get chances, because you're not going to get many. When we played Muskegon, we had 5 possessions the whole game. So did they. So that I would assume tonight will be very similar. So we just got to be really efficient.
Thanks, Coach. Best of luck.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Mark Cisco. More as we roll on from Byron Center right after this. At Byron Center, back with senior linebackers Luke Laska, Kellen Payne. Kellen, tell us about the excitement as you get set before this ball game, a chance to get you to the semifinals with a victory tonight over Portage Central.
I mean, there's so much excitement. We've never been, hosting a game like this. We've never actually won a game like this, so we're hoping to flip the script today, and I don't think there's a better group of guys to do that with.
And you're his mate as a linebacker. What's it like to have this guy next to you, Luke Laska?
I love playing next to him. It's great. We get along well. We, for the most part, make the same reads and are always working as a team.
Yeah. What's this season like? You've got 30 seniors, 30 brothers. What's it like having that kind of experience coming back?
It's really nice. We can do a whole bunch of different stuff on offense and defense. Everybody knows what they're supposed to be doing. They know all their rules and stuff. It just makes it a lot easier, makes practice a lot smoother too.
Kellen, let's talk about you. You're a two-way guy, running back, linebacker, and you took a year off. You came back this year. Your teammates welcomed you with open arms. How good did that feel?
It was awesome. I mean, all these guys have been my friends for years and years, and we've been super tight. I mean, he's my catcher on the baseball field, and he's the leader of this team. So, even though I missed a year, it was like we didn't lose anything. All of our chemistry is still there, and it's been a blessing to be back.
Let's talk about that. You're going to Nevada to play, to pitch. Yep. I know that's down the line. Is it hard to focus on football, thinking about that bright future in baseball?
Yeah, it's difficult to, measure them both out, but I got a blessing from my coaches at Nevada to just go all out, and, if I was going to do football, go kill somebody is what they said, and that's what I'm here to do, so nothing too difficult.
That's great. Not all coaches would do that. That's pretty cool. Luke, lastly, let's talk about the opportunity at stake tonight to take on Portage Central. What is it like being a linebacker defending that offense?
It's tough. They're running straight down at you the whole game, so you really got to be physical the whole time, and you got to know what our guard reads. You got to know what they're doing, and you got to be able to read the backfield along with it. It makes it tough, but I think it'll be fun.
Fellas, congratulations on a great senior campaign. All the best tonight and keeping it going. Senior linebackers, Laska, Payne, trying to bring it tonight in Byron Center. Back with more on the Preps coverage right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. and a miss. McGinley scores!
Chad and Stick back with you. 48 degrees, no precipitation, wind not a subject or storyline, but plenty of those in this game, Stick. And you look at Byron Center, you look at the motorcycle leading the way. Byron Center off to charge and to keep their momentum going, Stick. They have been on fire, winning 22 of their last 24 games.
Yeah, and this is a big game for them. We were looking at the stats before the game. How far have they gone in the playoffs? And we couldn't find anything till 1977 when they were, I believe. Oh, I'm sorry, I misquoted that stat.
No,
Go
that's
ahead
all right.
and explain it to me.
No,
Chad.
you're right. You're right. Portage Central has not been here since 1977. They went to the finals. Byron Center has never been to the semifinals in their school history. And, yeah, I mean, this is a chance to do something special school's never done, ever.
Yeah, and that's why you bring out the motorcycle to get the game going. You know, you get the crowd into it. They had a live band out back. I mean, they've been tailgating all day long. Byron Center is ready to make history tonight.
All right, here we go. To kick it off, Sean Myers, who has had 17 touchbacks this year. And number 18 is not going to happen here. Fielded on the ground, taken up the right hash mark. Watch out. Solid gainer by Tate Bainbridge. That's going to take him across the 35-yard line. Fine return for the home team, who starts on offense with that Delaware wing tee.
And here you see just one cut, plant your foot in the ground, make the first man miss, and next thing you know, you got an extra 20 yards and starting out in great field position.
That was Carter Ahern, my bad. A senior kick returner, running back, and strong safety. Here we go. Landon Tungate in the gun. Two wide receivers to the left. And the tailback to his left as well. Motion, give, jet sweep, left side, near side. And it's a gain of about 5 yards. And that's Laska, the running back linebacker who we spoke to before the ball game.
Yeah, and that's kind of their bread and butter play. You're going to see that run maybe 10, 15 times tonight. A pulling guard, pulling tackle, getting out in front. And they've had some big plays off that, and it had to do with blocking downfield.
Landon Tungate, what a season for him. 75% passer, and a guy that has controlled the run game and the pass game just fine. And you couldn't think of a guy that could lead you in a better way. In the gun, 2nd down and 5. Laska in motion. Campaign tackled for a loss. Behind the line by Luke Ludwig, the linebacker. And that'll set up 3rd and long.
You know, and I was just going to say, that was such a good play on 1st down to keep on rhythm, keep on tempo, and then you get this big negative play for Portage Central. Ludwig busting through, breaking it up in the backfield for a 2-yard loss.
It's a quarterback-centric offense, no doubt. Landon Tungate, the head of this Delaware wing tee, but the Payne brothers, we'll see it oftentimes running the football, and really it's the offensive line and the seniors that have led this group.
Yeah, they're not a very big group, but they're a fundamentally sound group, and that's what makes them exceptional.
Absolutely, well said. Spread offense. Tungate's going to run it. Tungate's going to have enough room for a 1st down and a couple of cutbacks to go with it. Dragged down inside the 45 to the 44. It's Tungate on the keeper, and that's always the right answer.
And that's where he's so dangerous. I mean, you got good coverage downfield. You have him surrounded in the pocket, and he just steps up and makes a good read and a cutback right there to pick up some more yardage. And that's what you got to like about him. He's not going to run and slide. He's going to try to create more contact and pick up extra yards.
Charlie Gillick tackled him, but not until an 18-yard gain. As we take a look at that offensive line that's been so successful with Wainwright, Kraus, the left guard, the former fullback, Butler, the center, Bovia at right guard, and Ben Kitchen at right tackle. Throw left side, and Campaign couldn't hold on. Just off the mark at the 30-yard line. 2nd and long.
Ooh, they had him on a little wheel route coming out of the backfield, right between the cornerback and the safety. This is a tough throw. It's in the pocket, just out of the reach. I'd expect them to dip back in that bag later on in this game.
The receivers and backs. Laska, who we saw on the jet sweep to start the game. Campaign at running back. Tate Bainbridge at tight end. Lee Isaac at wide receivers had a fabulous year, and so is Will Lake. Left side carry And a forward fight after contact. And that is Payne Kellen. A monster gain on second down, and it makes it third and manageable for the Nevada commit.
Yeah, Portage Central played this great. Look, first contact is going to come 3 yards down the line of scrimmage, but then he picks up 4 or 5 more, just keeps them legs churning, and that's how tough these kids are. And now you're kind of in clear 4-down territory, so you got 2 downs to pick up 3 yards.
Ben Booker was holding on for dear life, but Kellen Payne continuing to bring it and churn those legs, as you mentioned. One wide receiver, top of your screen. That's Lee. Handoff, no, it's a keeper. It's Tungate, and Tungate's going to have the first down. He needed 4, and he got it. Move the chains. Byron Center controlling the clock and the ground game.
Yeah, and this is what they do. They're methodical. They take care of the ball. You know, if the passing play isn't there, they'll pull it down and pick up 15, and they're just a tough team to defend because they're going to punch you in the mouth every single time that ball is snapped. And it just seems like they're always going downhill.
Physical, tough team. Here's the Portage Central defense. It's a solid back end, but really it's their front 4 they really like, including Jeffrey Wilson and Ludwig up front. Play action. Tungate wants to go to the air. Out route and short at the 28-yard line. Had a man open, and that was Lee. Isaac Lee is top target, but it was well short, and we've seen Tungate a bit off point early on.
Yeah, Lee is wide open. There is nobody around him. I mean, he probably could have worked his way back to the football just a little bit better to make that throw a little bit shorter for a quarterback, because that's a long throw. Hash mark left to sideline right.
I'm not sure if that pass was tipped. I know there was a bit of a rush coming from the end, but either way, there was pressure. And yeah, right side, Laska down to the 10 and down inside to the 9. A jet sweep, and Laska getting a lot of love on this first offensive series.
Yeah, we had a nice look at that last replay, and here's Laska shifted inside, shifted outside, just using his speed and athleticism to get to that edge and pick up some more yards. A nice little first down signal.
Yes, sir. 25 yards on the pickup. They'll mark it inside the 10 down to the 9. First and goal for Tungate and company. 30 seniors on this roster for Byron Center, 10-1 on the year. Avenge their only loss to Muskegon Mona Shores last week. Tungate will keep it himself and tumble down to the 5 before he's tripped up by number 55, and that's Ben Booker, double B. But outside of that tackle for loss, it's been all plus yardage for Byron Center. This is really a textbook Bulldog drive, isn't it?
They're about to be on their 10th play of this drive, and 9 plays, 60 yards so far. So yeah, they're staying on time, they're staying on down, they're staying on distance, and hopefully they get in the end zone.
Yeah, it's so important for them, staying on schedule. They've been right on time. That's a false start.
Oof.
And Byron Center does something they don't do often, and that's beat themselves on the play. So that'll move it back. Second and goal now from the 10 with 7:11 to go. Opening possession of this game.
And obviously not an ideal situation moving back 5 yards, but thank goodness it's only second down. You're still going to get a couple cracks at the end zone. But yeah, shooting yourself on the foot when you get that close to the goal line in playoff games, sometimes those are big moments.
There you see Mark Cisco in his 16th year as the head coach, 25 years at this fine institution. It's 7-0 Warren De La Salle over Groves. De La Salle is struck first in the other Division II regional final. Tungate will fight and twist his way down to the 2-yard line. Gain of 8 on the play. Tungate tough on that left side.
Yeah, and when you look at these teams, when they get off the bus, Portage Central's got some big fellas up front. They look the part, but right now they are getting physically manhandled. That line of scrimmage is moving at least 2 to 3 yards down the field after every snap.
Byron Center, that team that isn't going to scare you coming off the bus. Mark Cisco says when we get back on the bus, though, to go home, we hope the result's in our favor, and we hope it scares you. Third and goal, Tungate right side. They'll never get him. Untouched, unscathed. 6-0 Bulldogs.
I mean, untouched, unscathed, and I mean, he could have driven a truck through that hole. That thing had to be 20 feet wide. Tungate just waltzing on into the end zone. And what a picture-perfect first drive for Byron Center. This is exactly how you script it coming out, and you're going to run that play again. Look at this hole.
Talented right side. Kitchen leading the way. Extra point attempt.
Campaign with a nice seal block, too, on the linebacker.
You bet. Kick is up, and the kick is good from Dawson Hilliard. Timeout here in Byron Center. The Bulldogs score their opening drive. They lead 7-0 after their 11-play drive cashes in a nearly 6-minute operation. Stick and I are back to Byron Center for this regional final in Division II right after this.
Discover Maple Hill Golf, your ultimate destination for all things golf.
Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, we offer the latest in golf gear, from bags and clubs to apparel and accessories.
Hurry into Maple Hill Golf for the most no-brainer deal ever. Get 8 items valued over $220 for just $39.99 while supplies last.
Visit maplehillgolf.com to explore our full range of products.
Maple Hill Golf, everything golf for less.
So a 2-yard touchdown run by the quarterback, Landon Tungate, who had 35 yards on the ground in the drive and caps off an 11-play drive. So here's Portage Central and the return up to the 21-yard line. And the return by number 20, Jacob McWilliams, make it Ben Coleman rather. Comes up having to fix that shoulder pad. So here come the Mustangs stick, and this is a unique offense. And tell us what we should expect to see.
Well, expect a run-heavy offense. It's called the flex bone. So if you're on defense, you're going to have to check a lot of people. You got to make sure you're accounting for everybody, and that's where the mismatches happen. Because while you're accounting for the quarterback who doesn't have the football, the halfback's up the field.
Yes, sir. It's maybe 5 or 6 passes a game, and something we've seen before with a team that we cover locally in Birmingham Seahome. But the first carry is a solid one. It's a gain for about 4 yards off right tackle up to about the 26-yard line.
And I know it's only the first drive of the game for them, but it's very important to keep the ball and to keep your defense off the field after that big first possession for Byron Center.
This is the offense led by Rylan McNally, the quarterback. Charlie Gillick is the tight end, a guy to watch for. Peyton Porter out at the wide receiver. And the running back is stuffed here. And this is Joseph Gaiman. And he's their top runner, and this is a good sign for Byron Center early with gap responsibility.
Yeah, Chris Brown just holding his lane, making sure, like you said, assigned to his gap, and nobody's getting through it, and the big fella's shaking it. He's feeling it early.
And he's one of the few new pieces that we have not seen, a guy that has come back off of injury and is back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, and when we asked about new starters, Coach Cisco was quick to say, no, that's not a new starter. He's just returning.
Right. Yep. New to us.
Yes.
Already a quick impression. 3rd and 5 for the Mustangs, trying the middle, and they're going to get 2, but they needed 5. It'll be 4th and 3 from their own 30, and it's punting time for the Mustangs, who appear to have gone 3 and out against a stout BC defense.
Yeah, and for everybody watching at home, if your camera is shaking, that's not your TV. That is just stands here in Byron Center. When they get a big 3rd down, these people get up, they're clapping, they're cheering. I mean, you see them jumping up, blocking the camera, shaking the whole stadium. What a good crowd out here.
Matt Orange on the stop. This is Sean Myers, who doubles as the kicker. Back deep is Carter Ahern, and he calls for a fair catch at the 40. Sorry, that's Isaac Lee. And so that's where Byron Center will start. They get the ball right back after a quick possession and 3 and out by the Road Mustangs.
Yeah, this is exactly how you drew it up if you're the coaches for Byron Center. We need to come out, establish ourselves, have a long drive. They do that with an 11-play, 70-yard touchdown drive, and then they get a quick 3 and out. And you're in clear control of this game if you can take it down the field and score.
So Tungate will send 2 to the right. And Campaign, the running back, to his right. Tungate looking downfield, and it's intercepted at the 40-yard line. Picked off by Number 1, Peyton Porter, their top defensive back, and he returns it 11 yards into Bulldog territory. And this is something Tungate has not done much this year, Stick. He makes a boo-boo here against a very good player.
I was going to say, well, he hasn't gone up against many Peyton Porters either. You know, an incredible athlete, plays both sides of the ball. You see him just drop back in coverage here. He thinks he can get it over the top of him, but just a great vertical running back, gets that, and those are the types of plays that in big games like this, you need them. I said Byron Center could take control if they went down and scored. Now momentum's completely flipped, and here you go. We got ourselves a ball game early first quarter.
They were trying to get it to Will Lake. He's had a big postseason. Keeper this time on the right side and nowhere to go. Aiden Van Dam on that defensive line getting down and dirty. Maybe a gain of a half yard on the quarterback sneak. That's Matt Orange, one of the defensive ends. Nolan Stubblefield also on that front, along with the aforementioned Van Dam and the new starter, Chris Brown. The
returning starter.
Returning starter, that's right. Luke Laska, one of the linebackers, and Kellen Payne. We talked to both those guys. Very talented defensive linebacker crew. And Lee, Bainbridge, Farrow, Conrad, and Waubin are the defensive backs for Byron Center. This is Joseph Gaiman, the top runner on this club, and he is a guy that is in for an injured player. Lots of injuries this year, 16 broken fingers. They lost their fullback in week 4, and they lost a lot of seniors from last year's club, but 8-3 Portage Central with a big play stick.
16 broken fingers?
16 phalanges chopped.
I mean, you've played a lot of football in your day. Have you ever heard of that type of injury bug hitting?
No,
it's wild.
It's kind of eerie.
Yeah.
3rd down and 6 on the move. They're going to pass it. Portage Central looking right, and that is to the sidelines and just a throwaway. It's 4th down, and it looks like it's punting time again for Portage Central.
Yeah, he's lucky that wasn't called for intentional grounding. There was not a receiver within 15 to 20 yards of that football. I don't know if the guy running the deep route ran the wrong route, ran the in when he should have ran the out, but you could tell he's under pressure, just trying to get rid of it, and nobody to be found.
Yes, sir. So, Portage Central out of the SMAC West. 3-1 in league play. Lee back for the punt. It's not going to get a chance to be returned. Lee also a guard, point guard on the basketball club for Portage, or for Byron Center. So this is a team in Portage Central that fell to St. Joe's for a chance to win the SMAC West title back in late October, but they've had 3 shutouts defensively, including one last week against Matawan, who they knocked off for the 2nd time. It's a defense playing with a lot of confidence that was put on their heels early. How would you like to see them respond here in Series 2 defensively?
Really just be more physical, play downhill. I mean, they've gotten dominated right up front, and that's where this game is going to be won, so your defensive line's got to step up.
Up the middle, watch out, open field, cutting left, and it's Tungate. There is a flag down.
Blocking the back.
Might be coming back, but Tungate doing his thing, getting behind that offensive line. Here's another look.
Yeah, he's going to get through right here, and then you're going to see somebody flashing at the bottom of your screen. I believe it's number 3, a little push in the back right there. That's going to get called. I mean, you'll still get a positive net out of that run, considering where that was called. But once again, just a huge hole up front for Byron Center, being able to kind of do whatever they want on offense right now.
Offense, 10 yards to the spot. Play results to the first down.
You're spot on. They'll give them 12 yards net on that, which, as you mentioned, still a good, profitable run, but could have been bigger.
Yeah. Yeah, it cost them about 22 yards, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Still got the first down.
So Byron Center, a community that's rallied around this club, trying to go as far as they have in school history. A farming community that's turned into a suburban community. And Tungate turning the corner, watch out, 50, 45, and finally bumped out of bounds to the 42. Oh my. Gain of 28 on the play, unofficially, they knock him out of the 44 stick, and Tungate has just continued to be the man.
All I hear is Chris Berman in my head. Whoop! Whoop! He gets through the hole, 2 nice little cuts, and then he's got that speed to get around the outside. Good angle on the defense to cut him off, but not before he gets a huge gain. Tungate, we talked about it pregame, using his legs is something special out of that quarterback position.
Longest run of the game, 33 yards for Tungate. He now has 91 yards on 7 carries already in this game with under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jet sweep, Laska, right side, bounces outside, near the 40, dives forward, and he's got a nice gain of 7 yards on first down. That jet sweep working just fine with Byron Center, who's trying that edge tonight.
Yeah, Nolan Bloomquist doing all he can on that defensive end to try to track down Luke Laska. And you got wide receivers blocking downfield, and you got a linebacker busting through. Able to stop him, only a 7-yard gain, but feels like that could have been a much bigger play.
It does. Keeper, Tungate, why not? First down, over 100 yards already. Still on his feet, down to the 18-yard line. Gain of 20 on the play. As we crawl under a minute, Tungate over 100 yards already.
And I mean, when he's rolling, what else can you do? You send in Payne as a lead blocker, and then Tungate just gets to pick where he wants to go.
Just the vision of this kid and the feel for this game of football. After that 20-yard pickup, it's Payne bouncing outside. Kellen on his feet, breaks a tackle down to the 5. Gain of 14 yards on what might be the final play of this first quarter. And the chunk plays continue to roll right off the Byron Center Bulldogs' tongue.
Yeah, you're seeing Caden Krause, the center, yelling, hurry it up, hurry it up, hurry it up. They want to run a couple more plays here. They're feeling the momentum.
Can't blame him. It's Kellen Payne up the middle. Touchdown, Kellen! 13-0 on the Bulldogs. Second rushing touchdown on their 3rd possession. And they make amends for that interception on the second drive with a quick answer stick.
Yeah, quick answer, but a long answer. I mean, they were tucked away all the way down about the 10-yard line when this drive started, and they bullied their way all the way down the field. They didn't even have to throw a pass. An amazing drive. 2, well, I wouldn't say back-to-back, but 2 incredible drives here in the first quarter.
Yeah, it was. 6-yard touchdown run for Kellen Payne, the senior, committed to Nevada to play baseball, welcomed back after he took a year off of football. And wow, what a drive for Byron Center. Another dominating drive stick. 6 plays, 90 yards in 2 minutes. And it ends in another rushing touchdown.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You know, we talked about Payne being the lead blocker through the hole and setting the tone for Tungate. Well, then you hand it off to Payne, and he's got the ability to bust through tackles. The first game we called for Byron Center, you could see it was just he'd get hit, and then the yards after contact is just incredible about how strong and balanced that young man runs.
It's about that yak, yak, yak.
Yakety.
Other scores to get you caught up on. It's 7-0 Detroit Catholic Central. They've just scored on Belleville on a 50-yardish touchdown run by, I believe, Jaden Pyden. Detroit King is leading River Rouge 14-0 in Division III. And in Division II, it's Warren de La Salle 7, Birmingham Groves nothing. Groves is the #1 ranked team in Division II, at least in the final AP poll. We'll look at those rankings coming up here in a moment. Right side return, and ball is loose, fumble, and Byron Center has it. Recovered by Kellen Payne, I believe. No, Mason Sarver, the senior linebacker, comes up with it at the 30-yard line. How about this pop? Who caused that fumble?
Oh, man, it looks like he had a chance to break this, too. And then you see number 36, Connor Nealon, reaching in and knocking it out. And then Johnny on the spot, you called it. Mason Sarver all over it, picking up another possession. And here we go again, plus territory.
Mark Cisco loves his return team, his coverage teams. He calls them the Smurfs. He says these guys will do anything you want. They're not big. They're not, they're not the craziest of physical guys, but they do everything you want. They're Smurfs. And the Smurfs come up with another play stick here, force a fumble.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'll take that nickname. If I was in high school, I'd be like, the Smurfs, coach? Really? You're calling us the Smurfs? But, hey, if it gets the job done and they do what they got to do, then good for them. But, yeah, that was a huge play. And here's another chance for them to just keep piling it on here in this first quarter. But with that being said, Byron Center, a couple times in the last couple weeks, they've gotten out to big leads, and they've relinquished them. So hopefully, for their sake, they can hang on today.
Very fair. A 23-0 lead last week. Evaporated, 23-23. They would go on to win. This is the Division II rankings, and these are back to the final AP poll of the 2024 season. Grove's #1. And I know they're not 9-0 now, but they were at the time of this final poll. The poll does not continue after the regular season ends. So Grove's right now down 7-0 to the Detroit Catholic Central Division De La Salle. Muskegon Mona Shores, well, they were eliminated last week by #4 Byron Center. #3 Warren De La Salle playing #1 Groves right now, leading 7-0. And we'll get back to that shortly. Landon Tungate looking back, looking down the middle of the field. Got a man. Campaign touchdown. Campaign season continues here in Byron Center. It's 20-0 Bulldogs on the 31-yard touchdown pass from the quarterback, Landon Tungate, to Campaign.
And what a great call by the offensive coordinator. You've been running that play, handing it off, and this time you let we'll say he was playing the H-back tight end position there. You let him just run a streak over the center, and he's wide open. Great call, great throw, great catch, great run, great first quarter.
2 touchdowns, and the extra point is blocked this time. So the attempt from Dawson Hilliard is no good. We sit at 20-0. There's still 3 seconds left in this quarter.
The last 13 seconds of this quarter has taken like 10 minutes.
It's been wild. And with a ground game, we expected a fast game, but here's another look at the touchdown pass and a pretty view here.
Oh, just all day in the world, all time that he needed. Just a nice, easy pass. That was just pitch and catch. I mean, there was no pressure on that. It just shows you they can beat you with the legs, they can beat you physically, and they can beat you with that finesse game if they have to.
That's right.
Byron Center looking like a complete team here today.
Byron Center trying to get to the semifinals and get a chance to avenge another tour mate in East Lansing, a team that knocked them out of the tournament last year in this exact round. They got a chance with a win tonight to play them potentially in the semifinal if East Lansing can get by their game against Heritage.
Yeah, and what more would you want, to up the ante on the guys that beat you last year? Okay, you beat us in this round, let's go to the next round next year, and we'll take it from you then.
Yeah. That's a sweet opportunity. This is a touchback. It's going to find the end zone, and Dawson Hilliard, the kicker, to do that. We've got some scores to update you on. Speaking of East Lansing, they lead 21-0 over Saginaw Heritage at the end of the first. De La Salle and Groves is now tied at 7, as Groves has answered back with a touchdown. Adams in Division I leads Grand Blanc 6-0, and King in Division III leads River Rouge 14-0. Detroit Catholic Central leads Belleville 7-0, and no score between Cass Tech and Dakota. Portage Central football trying to get something going with this offense. A run-heavy flex-bone offense. That'll be the final play of the first quarter. We'll step aside and move to the second quarter. We're coming back to Byron Center. We're the Prep, bringing it to you via NFHS. Thanks so much for watching. First, life gives us many. From buying your first car or first home to starting a business, Alliance Catholic Credit Union is here for you every step of the way. From checking and savings accounts and youth accounts to auto loans, mortgages, business needs, and financial planning. A full-service financial institution with over 70 years of experience. We're committed to serving your firsts, seconds, 50ths, and every day in between. Alliance Catholic Credit Union. Federally insured by the NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
covering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Byron Center 10-1. They've won 22 of their last 24 games. 4-1 in league play. And that one loss was avenged last week with their win over Mona Shores. Derek Sievers, a guy that you should know, an alum that went on to do some great things in track and field, and also as a football player here at Byron Center. And Byron Center, of course, trying to avenge a win and get an opportunity to take on East Lansing, who they lost to in the regional finals last year. Gibraltar Carlson with a 13-3 lead over Orchard Lake St. Mary's in the second. The other score to update you on in Division II. And that's certainly an upset brewing in the playoffs. So, another look here, Stick, at this offense.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about. I mean, sometimes it fools even the cameraman. You got to be accountable for everybody. The fake handoff, the quarterback keeps it, and they get their first down of the game, and there you go. Baby steps at this point. You got to earn it back. You know, some big momentum plays can shift this. There's a lot of ball game to play, but you have to score on this drive if you're Portage Central.
McNally, the quarterback, under center. Handoff to the dive back. Fumble, ball loose. Byron Center has forced another fumble, and they have it at the 32-yard line. Aiden Van Dam forces the fumble, and Byron Center looking to lay it on here early in this second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like Aiden Van Dam forced the fumble, then Eli Farrell was able to come in and grab it. There you see number 20 just falls right on the ball. I don't even think he knew he had it at first, but there you go, and Van Dam celebrating. Look at that mop flowing in the wind. Getting a belly bump with the other big fella, and here you go.
So Byron Center, we'll see if they try a quick attack here. The last drive was a a one-play drive, and that 31-yard touchdown pass. Tungate in the gun. Campaign to his left. Tungate will keep it himself up the middle, spins twice, and gets down to the 20-yard line. Gain of 13 on first down. Tungate now over 111 yards with that carry.
Tungate is literally the human joystick. I mean, you saw him shifting left to right. Now here, just hit the spin button twice. Once there, once there.
The vision, the speed, the power.
The patience.
And the patience. That's right. Lee in motion, inside handoff give. It's Payne, and Payne will fight his way forward inside the 17-yard line. That's Campaign.
And if you're the offensive coordinator right now for Byron Center, I mean, you're just kind of throwing darts and everything is working. You want to run a little handoff, you want to fake, you want to throw it. Do whatever you need to do because everything is working right now.
That'll make it second down and short for the Bulldogs from Byron Center. Handoff, Campaign, middle, breaks down near the goal line. They've got him down at the 1. Touchdown saving tackle by number 15, Wendell Tomes. But Byron Center's destined to get back into pay dirt and get in for their 4th time in 5 tries.
Yeah, give credit to Tomes. He's in no man's land. That guy's running downhill, and he got some help by one of his friends slowing him down. But here you go, Byron Center knocking on the door again. You just expect him to probably use that power game or a quarterback draw.
So, from the 2. Carry, Tungate, touchdown. His second of the game. And Byron Center's making it look all too easy as they're marching their way forward to the semifinal.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking the mistakes that are being handed to them by Portage Central and just making them pay. And unfortunately for Portage Central, they are not built to come back from a 26-point deficit. They're not going to have an air raid offense. They're still going to try to run the ball and milk this clock, and that is going to not work in their favor.
No, sir. Extra point by Dawson Hilliard. And that's up, and that is...
Yeah, they're going to call offsides on the defense. Number 2 got a little bit of a jump, Nolan Bloomquist.
That should be declined. And we'll go to 27-0, I believe. Or are they going to go for 2? They are. So the offense is going to come back and make this a clean, or attempt to make it a clean 28-0.
Yeah, and for Portage Central, it's like, oh, God, we can't get a break. You know, even when they make the extra point, that's not good enough for them. Now they're going for 2.
Just demoralizing.
It is, especially if they let this up.
203 yards for Byron Center on the ground and 25 for Portage Central. Tungate in the gun, straight ahead. 2-point conversion is cashed in. 28-0. Tungate with 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion will step aside from Bulldog country. And they're sniffing the semifinals right now on the left side of the state. And that regional final title, it's never been held and hoisted by this school.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
So Byron Center gets in the end zone, 4 plays, 33 yards. Take advantage of the fumble forced, 90-second possession. And this is a drive for Portage Central that you'd think, Stick, that, I mean, they've got to get something productive here. They've got 25 yards on 9 plays in this game. Portage Central, the Mustangs, a proud program. 8-3 on the year, 4-1 in their league, the SMAC West. Notable seasons, how about 1977? First year of the playoffs, they went all the way to the state championship game. Played Brother Rice and would lose against Brother Rice. Pete Metzelaars, remember the former tight end of the Buffalo Bills? Yeah, well, he's from Portage Central. Proud program, and they've had their share of success, Stick. Look, they're here tonight to make some waves. They're up against it right now. But they've been there before, and they've had success, including that regional final victory in 2013 and beating Farmington Hills Harrison.
Yeah, proud program. They play football the right way. And, you know, Byron Center's coach just could not give any more accolades to this program and how they're built.
Throw right side, screen, nowhere to go. Bottled up is Peyton Porter, who had that interception earlier, the throw from the quarterback McNally, the junior, and no space out there. Well defended by Byron Center and Lee.
Yeah, you're just seeing Isaac Lee break on the ball. It's kind of a dream as a cornerback. You love that play. All right, just do a little, we used to call it a 90 now to the wide receiver, and you break on him. You're able to tackle him for a loss.
The old 90 now. You can hear George Port now. God dang it, 90 now, Bush.
Dang it, dang.
Pitch left side. Portage with some room, but it's closed quickly. And Landon Conrad, the linebacker, says enough. Good catch-up speed after Evan Wazalewski had a gain on the left side. 4th and short.
Well, you like the pitch play there. You make the defensive end and the linebacker commit, and as soon as they do, you pitch it to the outside. Actually, when we were down on the field earlier, Chad, that's the play that they kept running over and over and over. So yep. I'm surprised we haven't seen that to this point yet.
4th and 1, and of course, Portage Central has to go for it here. McNally, the quarterback. Needs a yard to keep this possession alive as we crawl under 8 minutes and his team down 4 touchdowns.
Look how far their left guard is playing back.
Yeah, that's different.
It's interesting.
Timeout before the flag.
Portage wanting to think about this. I mean, this is a big fourth down play. I've said it pretty much every time they've gotten the ball because it has been pressing on them. Every possession is big. They really need to convert here.
They do. Well, we want to thank our friends at Byron Center Chiropractic. Very proud to help their patients live better and pain-free lives. And we appreciate all the help from our sponsors during this time. Dr. Ryan Thornton, go catch him, 616-583-7810 on Byron Center Avenue Southwest. Great work they do down there, and they support this school, these kids. Thank you very much for your support. Dr. Ryan and the family at Byron Center Chiropractic. 4th and short, Portage Central still going for it. McNally under center. Quarterback sneak, and he got it. Moved the chains. It's the first down for the Mustangs in this game.
Just a simple little quarterback sneak right up the middle. If you need a yard, go ahead and get it. I like that. No messing around. Making sure they got the first down. No worry about exchange. No worry about interception. No worry about tip ball. Just go get a yard.
Yes, sir. Keeps the clock moving. The problem with this offense, Stick, is it's not set up for long drives. Quick hitters. That pass is knocked away at the 41-yard line. Well defended. He had Joseph Gemin open, but Laska, playing that savvy linebacker spot, knocked it down.
Yeah, you could tell Portage Central's dipping into their bag a little bit, getting a little more uncomfortable, doing things they don't normally do, rolling the quarterback out, having him throw on the run. Pretty good look, though. I mean, that was a completable pass, but good defense.
We talked to the head coach, and he said, look, I mean, it's hard to come from behind this offense. And chunk plays and predictable pass plays is just not what they're built on. It's the play action, and hard to do play action when the run just hasn't worked tonight.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you see the quarterback keeper there works a little bit, and they've slowly been picking it up, but unfortunately you're already down 4 touchdowns, so you kind of need to pick up the pace.
Now, last week it was 23-0 and 17-0 at halftime. And I know you're going to talk to Mark Cisco about this, but I mean, you've got at least teaching moments for Byron Center, a team that certainly shouldn't look ahead after this lead has been established.
Isn't it funny how that works out, though? Those moments of stress earlier in the season. Now all of a sudden the coach can turn around and be like, listen, guys, we had a great first half. We're up 28-0, but remember. So it's a good motivational piece, especially if you could sneak out of there with those victories.
Yeah. Groves and De La Salle are tied at 7. Catholic Central and Belleville in Division I are now tied at 7. And Gibraltar Carlson, with what looks like the biggest upset alert right now, they lead 13-3 over Orchard Lake St. Mary's in the second. And they've got the football back. Right here, it's a 4th down and 4, or call it 4th and 3. And Portage Central wants to call timeout and talk it over. We'll call timeout and talk amongst ourselves and pay some bills. We'll come back to Byron Center, 28-0 Bulldogs all over PC.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Fourth down and 3 for Portage Central, 8-3 on the year. 2 losses to start the season, but both to playoff teams. One is East Lansing. So to come back from 2 straight losses to start and have the kind of season they've had, Lee lost it and regathered at the 23. Nearly scampered on by Jacob Bennis, the junior wide receiver.
And that's what Portage Central needed, something like that, something to shift the momentum. There you see it was a late fair catch call. You could tell he wanted to return it.
Yeah. Great athlete, contributor on this team, and Isaac Lee as a defensive back, a wide receiver, and a punt returner. Now he's split out wide, bottom of your screen. Tungate, it's been the story, 10 rushes for 126 yards and 2 touchdowns. Guy who was our G of the game back in the first game we did against Morris.
Yeah, how many carries did he have? 25 carries in that game?
Yeah. For 3 touchdowns, no big deal. Passing touchdown. So the numbers there again. Five minutes left in this first half. Tungate, quick hitch route to Lee, and it was incomplete.
He was running before he had that ball. You could see it and the frustration in his face right now. But look at this. A nice throw to the outside, and he starts moving right there, looking upfield. Ooh, that could have been a big gain, too, because that cornerback was selling out trying to get to that ball. If he breaks that one tackle, that could have been about a 75-yard touchdown run.
Tungate 1 of 5 in the air in this game.
For a touchdown, though.
For a touchdown.
If you're going to complete one.
That's right. But a couple of them not really his fault. So the clock stops. 3rd and 10 coming up. Tungate on the roll. Left side, looking down the seam. Sideline, left side, caught. It's Lee down to the 35-yard line. Those two make up for it real quick. And Lee blowing by the defender.
And look at this touch. Just great touch. Sometimes when you got a wide receiver that wide open, you want to launch it right at him. But no, put a little bit under it. Let him run underneath it. And there you see, you get the yards after catch and a beautiful play to pick up the first down. 42 yards.
Nice pitch and catch. Laska going to get outside the numbers, get a nice block down inside the 20, and he's bumped down inside the 10. And a great job toe tapping the sideline.
Down the sideline to the 10-yard line.
And Laska has shown it on the ground this game.
Yeah, and I know I've highlighted this kid a couple times too, lead blocking, but campaign on this. Watch number 22 leading the way here. Gets a hand on 15, runs by him, plasters number 1, able to get him down. And you love that. You can tell he just loves playing football.
25 yards on the gain. This is Payne here. And Payne's going to get stopped for a gain of none. This is Cam Payne, the sophomore brother of Kellen Payne, the senior. Wilson on the tackle. Jeffrey Wilson, a great story. He's hearing impaired. And he has to get signals from the coach, and he has a translator that comes with him to practices and games. His teammates really understand him very well, despite the nonverbal communication. Tungate fighting his way down inside the 1, down to the half-yard line. So, Byron Center looking to get in again, and slow to get up was Tungate, and the Bulldog faithful with a deep gasp.
He gives the thumbs up, though, to the coach, so he's doing okay. Like, I'm tired, coach. I just ran for 150 yards and a half.
That's right. Clock rolling under 3 minutes now. Tungate from the 1. Takes it himself, jumps up, and gets in. Touchdown, Tungate. See the ups and the athleticism. He paid for it, but boy, it looked pretty sweet, Stick.
Yeah, they got tired of just running him off tackle straight into the end zone. They're like, you know what, why don't you just go jump over the center? Let's try this. And there you go. The linemen get low, quarterback gets high, into the end zone, touchdown.
Yes, sir. 34-0 with the extra point upcoming. Dawson Hilliard. Extra point is good. So with 2:49 to go until halftime, Byron Center on tilt with a 35-0 lead. We'll take a timeout and come back with the final moments. All Bulldogs looking to get to the semifinals for the first time in school history.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Byron Center in the end zone, 7 plays, 77 yards, a couple of chunk plays of 42 yards and 25 yards, and in the end, 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the drive, and a 7-play drive that ends in a Tungate touchdown, his 3rd of the game. The return is by Nolan Bloomquist, the junior running back and defensive back. And he is knocked down by Carter Ahern, number 5 on the play. Here's another look at the Bloomquist bobble. Great hustle down there. Also tackled by 36, that's Connor Nealon. And the Smurfs have been something today. It's coverage units. So it's a running clock beyond 35 points. If it gets to 36 points, the clock will run. But not yet. Quarterback keeper, this is Rylan McNally, and watch out, no. This is Peyton Porter, and Porter down the right sideline, inside the 10 and out of bounds. Where did that come from? Tackled with a touchdown-saving tackle by Conrad, but this thing looked to be all bottled up. But Porter never stopped, and Porter gets a big gain on the play. 75 yards. They had 25 yards going into that play of total offense. So that's a big pop and a nice boost for Portage Central. Takes him down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal from the 7. The offensive coordinator is Mike Freeland, who is the uncle of Landon Tungate. That's right, Landon Tungate, the quarterback for Byron Center. His uncle, it's his mother's brother, is Mike Freeland. And Tungate has a history with Portage Central. He was a ball boy for his uncle back when he was a child, and there it is. In 2016, Landon Tungate, he was with the Mustangs. There he is with Braden Smith, one of his idols, Byron Center quarterback. But look at Landon. My, how things have changed over the years. Hand off to 24 up the middle. That's Luke Ludwig, the sophomore. And he stopped at the 2-yard line with 1:43 to go. It'll set up a 3rd and goal from the 2 and a Byron Center timeout.
Timeout. Byron Center. Please put 1:55 on the game clock. 1:45.
Want to thank our friends at ACC. ACC supplies ingredients for companies that make cleaners and metalworking fluids, coatings, and personal care products. ACC has a strong technical team that can assist customers with additional R&D capabilities while supplying the key ingredients to make products great. Advanced Chemical Concepts. We thank them for their sponsorship of tonight's broadcast and really appreciate all the great folks at Byron Center for supporting this Division II regional final. 3rd and goal from the 4-yard line. Portage Central trying to get on the board. They're down 7 scores. Inside handoff, and that will get stopped at the goal line. It'll be 4th and goal from the half-yard line. And Byron Center wants to call a timeout here on 4th and goal from the goal line. Some updates to get you to. Detroit Catholic Central taking on Belleville. Belleville, of course, they've gotten to the finals the last 3 years. They lost last year to Southfield A&T, but won the previous 2. And Catholic Central with a 14-7 lead with 6:07 to go until halftime. And the other Division II matchup, De La Salle and Groves. And we'll go for an update on that. And Groves with a 14-7 lead over De La Salle in this game. Meanwhile, Orchard Lake St. Mary's trails Gibraltar Carlson at half, 13-3. So there's all kinds of things brewing. Portage Central from the goal line, 4th and goal. Quarterback sneak, McNally, he's in, touchdown, Mustangs. Rylan McNally, the junior quarterback, sneaks in from a yard out. And after the 75-yard run by Peyton Porter, Portage Central plugs one in. Another look here, and pardon me, that's Peyton Porter who came in at quarterback. We've seen McNally and Porter, but it's Porter with a touchdown run. Here comes the extra point attempt. Sean Myers is the kicker. He kicked a 51-yard field goal against Portage Northern earlier this year. He's got a big leg. 17 touchbacks as well, and that one is low and efficient. It's good. 35-7 with 98 seconds left. Stand by at halftime. Sam Stick Day will be down in the field and talk to Mark Cisco. But that's an important touchdown for Portage Central. Gets them out of the running clock scenario and gets them into a little bit of a positive storyline at halftime after they trailed 35-0. So they come back. This was a 5-play, 82-yard drive. It took 1 minute and 11 seconds. And again, the key play on the drive was the 75-yard run by the guy who scored the touchdown in the end, in Peyton Porter. Porter, a guy that's their best defensive back. He's a former quarterback starter and was good enough to give up his assignment at quarterback and go to wide receiver. Make way for Rylan McNally to make them more of a complete team. So here we go. Carter Ahern back deep to receive for Byron Center. Sean Myers to boot it. It'll be Ahern from the 5. Right side, watch out to the 30. It's a gain of 25 on the play.
On return for Byron Center brings it out to the 31-yard line. Stopped there by number 15, Wendell Combs. 1st and 10, Byron Center.
So 91 seconds left. We'll see how aggressive Byron Center is. They've got 3 wide receivers to the left. And now motion for Kellen Payne. They'll throw bubble screen left side. This is Lee to the 40, and Lee out of bounds at the 42. So a fine play by Lee to set up his blockers. How often do we see receivers try to get downfield before the blocks are set up? This is a really smart, heady play by Lee and a patient play by the senior receiver. It's good blocking downfield by Chase Schwartz, the junior wide receiver. So the clock stops with 1:24 to go until halftime. Throw right side, same play, opposite end. It's Lee. He'll turn the corner. He'll get up to the 46-yard line. A little something out of nothing. Call him out at the 45. It's a gain of 4, but he made it look fun, didn't he? Let's watch it again. Again, the blocking set up beautifully. Carter Ricketts with a fine block on the outside. Before Lee gets forced out of bounds. Clock does stop. There is one timeout remaining for the Bulldogs. And 1:17 to go. 3 wide receivers to the left. Near side, Lee, hitch, and Tungate's going to take off himself. Turn the corner, watch out, 40. Cuts back to the 35 before he's forced out of bounds by Luke Ludwig. First down, move the chains, plenty of time with a timeout to work. And, I mean, Tungate gave up the hitch route, nothing was home, takes it himself, and stays in bounds to cut back, and Dipsy-do in and outside. Impressive ground gainer from the quarterback spot in Tungate. Go get this kid. Uncommitted, senior, 5'11", 185, a guy that can really play both sides of the football. I don't know if he's a quarterback the next level, but this kid's a winner. Over the middle, caught and decked. And there's a late flag. Oh, it was a good jump by Nolan Bloomquist. Catch was made by Carter Ricketts. And he got popped, and a flag came a-flying at the 30. Let's see that again. Here's the crossing route, and then bam. I mean, it's a big hit, incomplete. Is it a flag? Why? I don't know why. That's a clean football play. That's not a flag.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness on the defense.
I got a problem with that. I'm sorry. Yikes. Number 2 in coverage, Nolan Bloomquist, came up from his safety spot and delivered a football hit. There was no head-on-head contact. It was not a defenseless receiver. I don't know. It's football. American football. It's a bad call. 2 wide receivers to the left, 2 to the right. It happens. We're all human. I've had a lot of bad calls tonight. Throw left side, Payne. Bounces outside the 20. Stutter step, stays on his feet down to the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 8 on the play. Out of bounds. Good blocking outside. Look at Lee fighting. That's a block. A physical receiving core. With Lake blocking so well, and Lee, that's tenacious. 2nd down and 2. We're under a minute. Clock is stopped, still a timeout to work with. Tungate keeps it. Yards after spin, yards after contact. 1st down. Gets inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line. And Tungate's numbers just continue. That's 14 rushes for 160-ish yards, 12 yards a pop, 3 touchdowns. And this is a half of work. And he's doing a lot up there, but the linemen need to get a little love too. I mean, they're creating some magic up there. Stays on his feet, outside. Laska's in the end zone too. Luke Laska with his first touchdown tonight. Gets to share the love and the load. And he's had a big night too. In fact, the most yards per carry at 13.5. He's in the end zone. 41-7. Broken tackle. Bloomquist couldn't get him. And again, another strong block on the outside by Lee to spur him. It's an impressive machine. Extra point attempt coming up. Out of the hold of Collar. Kick up and good. 29 seconds to go. It was a 5-play to that in a second. Tungate, handoff, Laska, and that sweep. Touchdown. Good. 6-play, 69-yard drive, 1:09 seconds. And it's Laska's first touchdown of the night on his 5th carry. We'll have Sam Stick Day talk to head coach Mark Cisco at halftime. Get his thoughts on this first half. Again, it was a 17-0 lead last week over Mona Shores at the half. Byron Center would get the second half kickoff. They recovered the second half kickoff. They kicked it into no man's land, got the recovery, and then went in and scored. Led 23-0. And then Mona Shores came all the way back and tied it at 23-23. But Mark Cisco says, look, when bad things happen, how are you going to respond when it matters most? And that's what he said to his team, and they came out and responded. He loves this team. And he really respects the heck out of Portage Central and what they've got over there under Mick Enders in his 15th year and Mike Freeland as offensive coordinator. And they've got a great staff, a lot of former alums. These two teams know each other well. They scrimmage every year, the first scrimmage. And there's other teams there, but these two are going at it every summer scrimmage, early fall scrimmage. All right, Portage Central with 21 seconds to work. Back in at quarterback is Rylan McNally. And Portage Central runs a play, and that should do it for the first half. 42-7, Byron Center leads at the break. An impressive Byron Center offensive series. They've scored on every offensive series but one. And an impressive 6 touchdowns in the first half against a team that they opened the postseason last year winning. Mark Cisco, the head coach, is down on the field with Sam Stick Day. Let's go down to Stick and get his thoughts with Coach Cisco.
42-7 is the score going on into halftime. Now, Coach, you've had some experience over the past couple weeks, having a big lead going on into half. You saw them respond with a long play. You guys then responded. How you feeling going on into halftime, and what's your message going to be?
Well, you always like our response there. We only had one timeout with 1:50 to go and didn't have to use it, so that's fantastic. But the message is you could have given it to our guys, right? I mean, you guys are here in week 9 and same issue, and then last week you still have to play. I mean, that's a proud program. They're not going to lay down. So,
what are you seeing that's really working for your offense?
I think up front we've been really good. We've been able to protect our quarterback, and they're a tough match in terms of how they play up front. But I think our kids have been really good with the adjustments we've made. So.
All right, we'll go make some more of those adjustments. Have a great second half, Coach. 42-7 right here, Byron Center over Portage Central. It is going to be a great second half. Can't wait to see the adjustments both teams make. Chad?
Thanks, Stick. Appreciate that very much. Thanks to Mark Cisco for his time. And we are at halftime, 42-7. Don't go anywhere. There's much more to come, including our conversation with Athletic Director Brady Lake and much, much more highlights and stats coming up. Thanks for watching right here on NFHS We're the Prep.
Discover Maple Hill Golf, your ultimate destination for all things golf.
Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, we offer the latest in golf gear, from bags and clubs to apparel and accessories.
Hurry into Maple Hill Golf for the most no-brainer deal ever. Get 8 items valued over $220 for just $39.99 while supplies last.
Visit maplehillgolf.com to explore our full range of products.
Maple Hill Golf, everything golf for less.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Back to Byron Center with the athletic director, Brady Lake. Must be proud with all the success this football team has had this season and other sports in the fall. Let's start first with football. Here you are, a chance to get back to the semifinals with a win here tonight.
Yeah, it's been an outstanding season, outstanding program. This group is special. We've known that for a while. We've thought that for a while, but so many good teams around here. You know, you never know. It's so hard to get even to round 3. Had to beat a really good Mona Shores team last week. I was proud of our kids for that win. And this is an outstanding coaching staff, outstanding program, and they've been knocking on the door for a long time, so hopefully this is the year.
You also have other programs in the fall that have stood out, soccer, volleyball, and much more. Elaborate on all the wins this fall season.
Yeah, it's been fun. Now we've had a heck of a fall. Tennis started us out. They won the regional, finished 4th in the state. Soccer went to the finals, lost a tough game in the finals. Volleyball won the district, lost a tough match this week in the regionals. And now here we are with football, the chance to win our 3rd regional trophy of the fall. So good season.
Looking ahead to the winter, I know there's chicken left on the bone here in the fall, but looking ahead, there's also some exciting programs ahead in the winter months.
Yeah, I mean, you know, hockey's probably the crown jewel of Byron Center sports right now. They've won 6 straight regionals, I think 4 conference championships, been to the Final Four 4 times, 3 finals appearances. Of course, last year they won the state championship. It's a rebuilding year for them, so they have some challenges, but outstanding coaching staff, outstanding program. Boys basketball should be really strong. They have a lot of seniors this year. They'll be senior dominant this year, so which always helps to win if you got a lot of seniors. So looking forward to them. We got some other good programs also. Boys swim won the conference championship last year. Got a lot of really strong swimmers back this year. Hoping for big things for them too.
As an athletic director, what's your thoughts on your approach and talking to the coaches, talking to the kids before these games? How involved do you get at this point when the season's on the brink?
Well, you know, we established core values a few years ago, and it really comes down to effort and attitude. And so we try not to focus on the results. You know, it's the whole Nick Saban thing, right? Focus on the process. We really try to train our athletes the way to think like champions. So really it's about effort and attitude. You come in with the right effort, with the right attitude, and good things are going to happen. A lot of winning is outside of your control. You can't control how good the opponent is. You can't control the officials. And so we just want our athletes to control what they can control, have the best attitude they can, give an absolute best effort, and then let the chips fall how they will.
There's a bit of a rivalry, Portage Central and Byron Center. You guys have been familiar with each other. You've dabbled in some preseason festivities. What are your thoughts on Portage Central when you think about the opponent tonight?
Well, it's an outstanding athletic program themselves. They're strong in a lot of sports. We see them a lot in the postseason, and they play an offense that's tough to stop. They have a lot of tradition. Their kids play with confidence. They're well coached. So it's a challenge. I mean, we got to get some stops. We got to put some points on the board. But it's an outstanding community, outstanding athletic program, and our kids know coming in tonight they've got to play their absolute best to have a chance to win.
Speaking of communities, your community quite strong in support, and they've grown to expect excellence. And so it must be nice to have a fan base that's understanding, patient, and supports this winning culture here.
Yeah, it is. They make it a lot of fun. Great support for our athletic programs. Great support for our kids, and you know, without the community, it's great to see thousands of people come together on a Friday night as a community. They do so much for us year round, so much getting their kids prepared to play for us, and so it's a great place to be an athlete, great place to be an athletic director, great place to be a coach. We're very appreciative of our community.
Speaking of coaches, Mark Cisco, a coach that you're happy to have, I know, on your sidelines. He's built this team for the postseason, and he's built these young men for life.
Yeah, he's one of the best. I would say one of the best in the state of Michigan, probably one of the best in the country. You know, he deserves a state championship, and I'm hoping he gets it soon, hoping he gets it this year. But our kids are so well coached. He not only is he outstanding, but he's built a really strong staff of good men. You know, if you watch them on the sidelines, it's impressive. They treat kids the right way. They're always in control of their emotions. And so just an outstanding program. From top to bottom, that staff is outstanding.
Lastly, you may not want to do this, but take your athletic director hat off. You're a parent tonight. You're watching your son play football. How emotional is it for you to watch him play and joyful to watch him play in his final season?
Yeah, I mean, he's done a great job. How fun is it to play wide receiver for Landon Tungate, right? He's in a great program, a great system for a 6'1" wide receiver, playing with confidence right now. Just playing his role. There's so many great players out here that I keep telling him, you just play your role, great things are going to happen for you. And so it's been a lot of fun. You know, as a dad, we don't want to see it end. We know it's coming to an end, but we just hope it's Ford Field and not tonight. So been a lot of fun. I'm proud of them.
Have some fun. Thanks so much for having us, and good luck tonight.
Thanks, Chad. We love having you guys here. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Brady Lake, the athletic director at Byron Center. We're back with more on the prep right after this.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
We are the MHSAA, a collection of 750 high schools and 750 middle schools, from Temperance to Copper Harbor, from New Buffalo to Alpena. Each year, more than 250,000 students play one of our 28 sports. More than 1.5 million fans attend our postseason games. There are 30,000 coaches and 8,000 officials, not to mention all of the volunteers. The MHSAA believes in the 4 S's. School sports should be safe and kept in the appropriate scope. We believe nothing beats great sportsmanship, and that scholarship in the classroom is more important than excellence on the field or court. Most of all, we believe school sports should be fun. So come out and join us at a game. Support your school, support your community, and come see what the excitement is all about.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
Three, 1, 2, 3, wait.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G-Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G-Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G-Brand. Now that's game.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess. I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Well, Byron Center started off with the ground game. What else? This is what they do and do well. Tungate was the theme, and Tungate would go in and score the first touchdown of the contest. 7-0, Byron Center would lead. And it would continue as they would certainly come back and get things rocking. Kellen Payne would be the guy that would get things going for the second touchdown, but that would have to wait because there was an interception. As you saw, Peyton Porter stopped the momentum. But this big, long run would set up this Payne touchdown run. 6 yards, 14-0 Byron Center with 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. And then this fumble on the kickoff that was forced by Connor Nealon, one of the Smurfs. Yeah, crowd hyped. BC ready to go up 21-0 here with a seam pass that was a dime from Tungate to Campaign. It was a 31-yard strike. Extra point by Hilliard was blocked. But another forced turnover. And Byron Center was rocking. It was Van Dam's turn. And then it was Tungate's turn for the second time in the ball game. A keeper from 2 yards out. Extra point up and good. Tungate would get in again on a keeper from 1 yard out. And it was 35-0. And then PC showed some life on this keeper. Peyton Porter came in at quarterback, and then he would come back with a 1 yard touchdown run to get him on the board at 33-7. And then the scoring would be capped off on a Luke Laska touchdown run from 6 yards out, extra point up and good. So, let's go down on the field. Sam Stick Day is standing by with Mick Enders, the head coach for Portage Central.
We are live. All right, Coach. 42-7 at the half. You guys had a little bit of an offensive explosion at the end with the big play. What'd you say to your team at halftime to get them fired up and ready to get back in this?
We just got to keep playing. We're getting the ball here and like to do something with it right away. But the mistakes have really hurt us in the first half.
How are you going to clean those up?
We got to hang on to the ball. Our kids are playing hard. We're just not tackling well, and we turned it over a couple times and really shot ourselves in the foot.
All right, well, looking forward to the second half. Have a great one, Coach, and keep fighting out there. I know you got a tough physical team, so they're ready to go.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
Thanks so much, Dick. Appreciate it. That's Mick Enders, the head coach in his 15th year. He's the play caller. He's got some pressure on him here in the second half. We'll take a timeout. We'll have the second half from Byron Center. Oh, we're glad to be back. Glad they want us here. We're having a good time. Our third time in the last 4 weeks. Might get a place over here. I like this joint. 36 square miles of bliss. Back in a moment.
As the voice of Michigan's student athletes, the Student Advisory Council's role
is to convey the message of how high school sports should be played.
We are responsible for helping the MHSAA maintain a positive and healthy atmosphere
in which interscholastic athletes can thrive. We believe that athletes should be competitive,
sportsmanlike, and excel academically.
We believe that students in the stands should have fun,
but not take away the focus from the game.
We believe coaches should act like teachers,
helping student athletes develop while still keeping high school sports in perspective.
We believe that parents should always be positive role models
and support their child's decisions. We believe officials commit their own time to high school sports.
And respect should always be shown and given to them.
The most important goal for student athletes is to enjoy high school sports
while keeping a high level of respect between all those involved in the games.
Enjoy the game.
Time for kickoff. Let's get some stats before the kickoff. On the ground, London Tungate kind of ran things. 14 carries, 162 yards, 3 touchdowns. And how about Laska, the second best ground gainer with 67 yards in the first half. As this is a return by Luke Laska on point. Also on the ground, 23 yards for Cam Payne, just 18 yards for Kellen Payne, but it was on 2 carries. He got a touchdown out of one of those. 3 touchdowns for Tungate, 1 touchdown for Luke Laska. And Stick, offensively, I mean, 274 yards on the ground for BC, 365 yards total to just 126 yards for Portage Central. I mean, they're on their way for some big numbers.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much you can have it however you want it, and that's exactly what they did in that first half.
Ball carried by number 3, Gemmon. Brought down by 59, Chris Brown.
Joe Gemmon, the ball carrier.
2-yard gain on the play, second down.
A couple yards on the play. 1 minute in. Stick, you talked to Coach Mick Enders. What kind of vibe did you get from him down there?
I mean, he's a steadfast guy. You know, you're talking to him, and he understands the mission at hand. He understands they got to play fundamental football. They can't turn it over, and they need plays like this to get back in the game.
The carry on the right side. It's number 11. That's a fresh face. Jake Ludwig, the senior running back. It is one of their better ground games. Great gains. It'll set up 3rd and short. The 28-yard line. 20-3. Orchard Lake St. Mary's leads Gibraltar Carlson. The scoreboard was wrong on NFHS. It had it inverse. So
yeah, that's quite the difference too, isn't it?
A little bit. Handoff inside, first down and more. Carry again is number 3. That's Joe Gemmon. And Gemmon was their top ground gainer coming in, and he's starting to show out here early.
Yeah, and you see the line starting to create holes. That's one thing that they missed in that first half. And, you know, Byron Center, like we talked about, when you look at them, they're not a huge group, but they get low. They have great technique. And then you come in and you're, you know, Portage Central. You're some big fellas up front. It's tough to get low against those types of guys. Leverage wins in football every time.
Conrad makes the tackle. This offense is called a flex bone. There's 2 backs. The pitch, though, left side is errant, and it's going to go for a TFL. Who's trying to find number 4, Evan Wazalewski, who gets up, holds his arms up, and says, "What are you doing?"
And it's just been that kind of night for Portage Central. I mean, just when they have some things going, they got a little bit of rhythm. They didn't turn the ball over, but, I mean, losing 6 yards and just screwing up all your momentum that you just gained is tough to overcome, especially for an offense like this that we know has to be methodical.
Has to be on schedule, to coin your phrase earlier. And it's big for this offense, who's behind right now. Just 5 to 6 passes a game regularly. Obviously, that might change a bit here, Stick, with philosophy, but, I mean, they do what they do, right? Play action, on point. They are going to roll right. They got a man. It's a nice pass, but it's just a bit wide.
Oh, I thought he came down with that one-handed.
Double P, Peyton Porter, near the sideline. Couldn't haul it in, but this is a fine little throw by McNally.
Yeah, and Porter's been impressive tonight. He's been the one guy that stood out on both sides of the football for Portage Central. Obviously, he had that big break before the end of the first half and the interception on the first possession. So he's a heck of a player. I'd find ways to get it into his hands more often.
Fine play by Carter Ricketts, who's come on the scene in this game. Senior split end and defensive back with fine coverage. So 3rd and long, an offense that's not built for this. We'll see what they do. A lot of teams will just run a fullback dive here and get out of dodge. Mick Enders knows it's a big decision. He wants to talk about it. So do we. Off air. We'll take a timeout. 11:04 to go. Back in a moment. Thanks for watching from Byron Center. This is NFHS's coverage, and we're the Prep. Thank you.
Discover Maple Hill Golf, your ultimate destination for all things golf.
Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, We offer the latest in golf gear, from bags and clubs to apparel and accessories.
Hurry into Maple Hill Golf for the most no-brainer deal ever. Get 8 items valued over $220 for just $39.99 while supplies last.
Visit maplehillgolf.com to explore our full range of products.
Maple Hill Golf. Everything golf for less.
Mick Enders in his 15th season. He was an assistant coach. He paid his dues, 10 years as an assistant. And he went to Portage Central. He's a proud alum. Football, basketball, wrestled. He ran track. He was a jock. Played a year at Olivet. And went on to Western Michigan. Didn't play ball there, but went to school. Look, he led this team to a 12-1 record stick in 2013. Most wins in school history. They lost to Muskegon. But McNally here lost the ball. Ball's loose. Byron Center has the football. Or was he down before? They'll say he was down before, but Van Dam has been that guy from the D-line in this ball game.
Yeah, Van Dam with the recovery, and Chris Brown. They're not going to give him the fumble, but Chris Brown, look at him just shed the blocker and can drive straight up to sack the quarterback. That looked like a clear fumble.
It was. It was a clear fumble.
But
Let's
man,
see if Homeboy got it from camera 3.
You could play that again, but you just see him shed that block.
Nick Ender's a big boy. You're down there by him. This is a bluff fake. It's a punt. It's not bad. It's end over end, and it's going to take a roll out of bounds at about the 40. There is a flag down behind the play, and we'll see what this is all about. Meanwhile, Austin Sonnenberg and Pat the Stat have been working really hard on scores. I want to get them to you. Cass Tech and Dakota are tied at 0 midway through the third. Detroit Catholic Central with a 21-14 lead over Belleville. That's maybe the biggest game in the state. Personal foul here, back to the scores. 14-7, Adams over Grand Blanc. That's at halftime. Adams has been the surprise story of Division I football, no doubt. In Division II, in a score we erroneously reported earlier because the scoreboard on NFHS was errant, OLSM leads Gibraltar Carlson 20-3. That's in the third quarter down river. De La Salle has lost their 7-0 lead. 14 unanswered by Groves. They lead 14-7 in the third. East Lansing will advance unless there's a miracle. They are leading Heritage 28-0. Pitch right side, watch out. Cut into the open field. Down inside the 10, down to the 9-yard line. Easton Weichers, the backup quarterback, is in, and they are missing a beat right now with number 19 out there.
Yeah, and it's pretty much the same play that they were running with Tungate. You know, just let the running back be the lead blocker, go off tackle, and let the quarterback hit his stride.
We do have one final stick to report. King 34, River Rouge nothing. That was a gain of 33 by the backup QB. DeWitt 21, Petoskey 7 in Division III. Zeeland West 20, Forest Hill Central nothing. The gain is by 27, Hunter Pulowski at 5'5", 155. The tackle made by number 64, that's Colin Holmes, the junior defensive lineman. Walled Lake Western is tied with Mason in the Division III regional final, a school that your sister went to and my brother went to in Walled Lake Western and the Warriors.
I almost went there.
I almost did
too. Yeah.
And we both ended up in the same spot. We got a lot of parallels like that.
Very strange.
Here we are in the booth together.
Yes, very strange.
Two to the left, one running back to the left of the quarterback who's come in. This is the reserve, Easton Weichers, and a look into the future. He wants to go to the end zone. He's got a man. Is that caught? No, it's not. It's incomplete. And he was trying to find number 16. That's Brandon Collar. And Cisco's emptied the bench here.
Yeah, Collar ran a great route. He was wide open, cut off the defender. Just that ball was a little bit short and in the dirt. But it's interesting that Cisco comes out with his backups here in the second half. When going in to halftime, I asked him, what are you going to do to keep the momentum going, to stop what's happened the past 2-3 weeks?
I'm going to sit them.
I'm going to sit my starters. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to switch it up.
I like it. Last week, those guys lost the lead.
There you go.
Put in the hungry backups. Amen. Were we to question Cisco?
I am not one of them.
Learned under Tom Osborne. This is Ahern on the left side. Ahern turns the corner. He's tackled at the 3. There's a late flag that came in. And we'll see. There's another late flag, a later flag that comes in. And this things are starting to get a little wild out here.
Yeah, we're going to see something that happens behind the play. Maybe a block in the back's going to happen.
It's
or
a
there's
hold.
well, that's a tackle more than a hold on number 13, Brody Dunnell. Oh, my goodness. It started as a hold, wound up as a tackle, and that's why the flags all got thrown.
So they'll sort this thing out. We have no score from Howell and Hudsonville. That's okay. Can't get them all. We can't win them all, champ.
During the play,
Holding on the play,
That's penalized 10 yards.
amongst others.
Foul. After the play, dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense. That's penalized half the distance to the goal. It'll be third down.
So figure that one out.
So they go 10 back, and then they go 5 forward, but because it was so close to the goal line, it's half the distance and not quite 5 forward. So net plus 2.5, let's say, for Byron Center after everything's said and done.
That's amazing you track that. I'm tired thinking about it. It's pretty good. Were you good at math?
Exceptional.
Really?
Yeah.
I can tell. Good Lord.
And humble.
Man. Yeah, well, no. You can tell. That's good. That's all right. We need guys like that. You and Pat the Stat and Austin, all you guys math maniacs up here, we can't go wrong. Stats are as spot on as you can get.
Well, I really didn't like school, so I tried to test out of everything.
That's pretty good philosophy. There's a sack. How'd that work out for you? You're next to me in a booth.
Yeah, see?
It did work out.
It did work out.
Darn right it
Tested
did.
out of all my math classes freshman year.
I love it.
Yeah.
Man with a plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's 4th down. This is field goal time. And this is a fine play by Portage.
Yeah, good play by Portage, and also a good play by the young quarterback. You know, sometimes you see a lot of guys get in the game, they get a little antsy, pressure comes, they make a mistake, they throw it. But Easton Weichers takes the sack, and sometimes that's not the worst thing that you can do. So here you go. Now you got a chance at 2.
The snap is going to come by way of number 54. That's Joe Hernandez. He's one of the best snappers in the state. The kick, a 32-yard field goal attempt, is up, and the kick is good. The kick is through. A point to the heavens, and all is well. That's Parker Wiggins, the freshman, the 9th grader, who knocks it through. Good look into the future here at this young lad.
Yeah, not only that, it gives you confidence moving on in the state playoffs, right? Now you know, all right, this young man can hit a 35-yarder. It gives your coach, kind of opens up the playbook a little bit more, knowing exactly what yard line you need to get to with confidence.
So, an impressive drive that results in a field goal by a unit that has not played a ton together. Now look, Byron Center's had their way through this tournament. They have had the opportunity to rest guys. And so here they are getting some work for all kinds of fellas. And look, certainly deserve getting some run like this and getting the team prepared in the playoffs.
Yeah, and you like that's what he's doing with these extra minutes. And not only that, you know, it's a huge home crowd. I'm not sure, are they going to get another home game after this? So this is the last home game of the season.
Does. Semis, yeah, or neutral.
Yeah, everybody, you know, so people are playing in front of their parents, a bunch of seniors perhaps for the last time. So feel good story here at Byron Center right now.
Not a lot of work for the backups last week in the 7-point win over Mona Shores. The win over Northview, 38-17, but not a ton of opportunities there either. So, all right, ball carriers number 1, that's Peyton Porter. He's been impactful at times, and he is tackled by number 33. That's Mason Sarver, and number 27, Hunter Pulaski. That's Mark Cisco. He went to school at Nebraska. He played under the legend Tom Osborne, and he's a man that believes in a lot of these core military values. He brought in the Navy SEALs 3 years ago and 6 years ago, 2.5 days of training and physical test, and just a real military guy, left, right, center, operating procedure. He's done it well. 16 years as the bench boss, came over from East Kentwood, was at BC Lakeview for a minute, And he went to Monroe Jefferson now. He's a down, I don't want to call him downriver, put that label on him, but he's a Monroe guy, an 89 grad, 3 years there. Played for his daddy, who was good friends with Bo Schembeckler and a guy by the name of Woody Hayes. He turned the Bolt down, and daddy wasn't happy about that. Mark was his own man, though he went to Nebraska, played for another legend in Tom Osborne, and the rest is history. He's got his team on the verge of advancing to their longest playoff run in school history here tonight.
Yeah, very proud guy, and great to talk to him too. You know, he's very steadfast is the word I would use when we were talking to him. You know, because one question I was like, hey, you got two big physical teams coming at him. What's the one-on-one matchup you're looking for? He would not answer that. He's like, you know what, there is no one-on-one matchup. It's our big guys versus their big guys. It's our skill versus their skill. It has nothing to do with anything one-on-one. And you love that response, but you also like, come on, coach, give me something. Give me something to watch.
He plays it pretty close to the vest. And guy, it's a physics teacher in the school. He's the only coach on staff that works in the school. He's like, you know, I get stuck with a lot of these duties being the head coach. Like, I don't have anybody else to throw it to. I'm the guy in the school. Everybody else is coming from elsewhere.
Yeah, but that's good. He gets to keep those academic tabs on his players and stuff like that when they come through, get to see how their demeanor is in the classroom. And, you know, that translates to the football field.
Yeah. Physics, AP physics for the majority of his career. Middle school tech ed for 6 of his 29 years. This is a big run right side and some room for Jake Ludwig, who's had splashes tonight before he's tackled by Carter Ricketts in the secondary. Carter's really come on the scene defensively, too.
Well, Carter just saved a touchdown. It was a wide open on that side of the field. Absolutely no one but 11 on 11, and Carter was able to bring him down in the open field. But that young man was looking to score 6 if it wasn't for the other number 11.
Yeah. That last drive that ended in a field goal, 6 plays, 69 yards, 1 minute, 9 seconds. And it ends with a field goal from the freshman, Parker Wiggins. Congrats to him in his first career field goal. Run right side, power play by the running back, Deshaun Johnson, the senior, showing some yak ability himself. How about that run?
Yeah, nice run. Once again, a nice hole, though. See, he doesn't get touched till 4 yards down the field, and then he's able to get some momentum going and plow over the defender.
A lot of respect Mark Cisco has for the program, led by Mick Enders. Portage Central, their best wins have come against Everett and Matawan twice, Portage Northern twice, and Kalamazoo Central this year. It's a carry for a first down. That's Johnson again. Why not? Keep feeding him. First down, move the chains inside the 30 to the 28.
Yeah, Johnson looks the part. You know, we really didn't call his name much, I felt, in the first half. In the second half, he's been getting the ball and kind of running downhill like we see the Payne brothers do for Byron Center.
That's the end of the third quarter, a fast-moving third as we steam our way to the semifinals. Byron Center looking to advance and take on East Lansing for one side of that Division II bracket. We'll look at the other side when we come back to Byron Center.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day on the commentary tonight. Glad to be back in Byron Center.
Oh, man, walking back from doing the sideline report, ran into a couple guys that we've met along the past couple weeks here, and what a great community, and then just thanking us for everything that we're doing for the broadcast. So really just a beautiful marriage between the Prep and Byron Center.
Yep, and there's more to come. We got hockey and basketball coming heavy soon down the pike. Carry right side, that's the quarterback, Rylan McNally, who shared snaps tonight with the senior Peyton Porter, who was the quarterback a few years back, but he has since moved on to help this team out at wide receiver, but he's rotated back in tonight, the former quarterback and current 3-year starter. It's Detroit Catholic Central is now doubling up Belleville. They lead 28-14. It's Johnson again, and he's got a first down carry, gain of about 6 or 7.
Johnson, the ball carrier. Brought down by 38, Myers.
Birmingham Groves, #1 in the AP poll in Division II, with a 14-7 lead over De La Salle. De La Salle and Orchard Lake St. Mary's, could they meet in the semifinal on the other side of that Division II bracket? Right now, De La Salle would have to come from behind, but Groves, this is kind of a prove-you game for Groves, whose strength of schedule has been questioned at times. Johnson, again, the ball carrier. He'll skirt down to the 5, or call it the 15, rather. Gain of about 2 or 3.
Yeah, Groves has built that program up to be what it is over the past couple of years, and they're a strong, once again, just solid school.
Yeah, and the #2 player in the state of Michigan.
That helps.
And Avery Gatch, their tackle, committed to Michigan, a big part. Noah Sanders, Barry Sanders' son, the lead tailback. Chris Little. I mean, they've got some pieces, but they've put it all together this year. Carry left side, it's #4. That's Evan Wazalewski, and EW's in the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs.
Well, you see a little bit of the trickeration of this offense that they run, the flex bone. You're going to see a fake handoff here and then a wide receiver coming up. Actually, the Lions ran that play to Amon-Ra St. Brown on the first drive of last game, and he was able to pick up a first down there. This time, this young man able to pick up a touchdown. And give credit to Portage Central. They're not quitting. They're still playing hard, and they're still trying to put up a fight.
Nothing wrong with stealing Ben Johnson's plays.
No, I would steal that whole playbook.
De La Salle is in the end zone to tie that game against Groves. That kick is up, and that kick is good. The extra point added on by Sean Myers, the senior, who also plays a little wide receiver defensive back. It's now 45-14 as we step aside on the beautiful left side of the state in Byron Center. There's the post-game party. We'll find out, and we'll tell you after this.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Welcome back, Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day. Alex Westfall is controlling the dials tonight as your executive producer and technical director. Got a great crew on hand. We love them dearly. They do so much so well. We've got 7-0 Cass Tech over Dakota, at Dakota. St. Mary's has added on another. They're up 27-3 over Gibraltar Carlson. More scores to come, but interesting to see, Stick, what happens here on this drive, and how will they come back? Will they play starters, rest starters? What do you think we're going to see here?
Well, that was an interesting kickoff, first of all. Just kind of stayed in bounds till it just barely touched the out-of-bounds marker, causing a penalty. But I'd expect to see more of the backup. I mean, you got the quarterback, Easton Weichers, coming in. He had a nice drive on that first time he was able to get in the game, a nice scramble. So coach has decided, we got this game in hand. Let's put our people in there, and let's get these young guys some experience at an elite level against a very strong Portage Central team.
Well said. That's what's underway here. So we'll see how the young man, Easton Weichers, 6'1", 167. He's going to hand it left side. He's got a man across the 40 to the 41-yard line. That's number 36. That's Connor Nealon, the sophomore and 10th grader. And look into the future. He'll be back there next year.
Yeah, and that's the successful play that they've been running pretty much for the past 3 weeks. That's the first play of the game, and now it's the last play that they've run. And you see him almost lose the ball, but still pick up a nice gain of 6 on that carry.
Buck sweep. a lot of it. Counters.
Is that what they call it, the buck sweep?
I mean, yeah, you can call it that. Counter tray. I think they're all kind of the same deal. It's that outside run, and it's been an offensive line that just has mastered sealing it.
Oh,
things are getting a little chippy down there.
Well, this is going to be on Portage Central. Making it lost from the game.
Yeah, you know, we haven't called Charlie Gillick's name a lot tonight, the linebacker, middle linebacker. Portage has not been able to get him loose. Here's another look.
This is going to come out here into the top left of your screen. So number 2 gets up and hits 87 in the head.
That's on Bloomquist, the safety. And that'll move it deeper into Portage Central territory. And this is where emotions got to stay in check.
Frustrating, right? You're down 45-14, and the backups are in playing like it's the first quarter 0-0, driving you into the ground. It's like, relax, Rudy, we got this. But you know what? I don't blame these kids. You're playing in the state playoffs. You haven't gotten in on a regular basis. I was one of those kids, and I'm coming in, I'm giving 110%.
Yeah, all pent up, no doubt.
You want to show the coach what you can do, too.
No doubt. 31-point lead for Byron Center. Quarterback keeper, and that is Gillick. He said, Chad, what are you talking about? I'm going to make my mark now. He's been offered by the Chippewas of Central Michigan. He's been offered by Western Michigan down the road. This is a physical specimen, and the middle linebacker makes a pop here.
Yeah, and he's playing with a club on his hand, too.
That's right.
You look at that right hand. It's all bandaged up. I saw him walking by me on the sidelines. Big kid, strong kid, big hit.
Strung like bull. Big boy. 6'4", 215. Their top defender, club on both hands. He broke his right, put on a club. He broke his left. He had to add a club when the other one healed. I mean, this has been a team of fractures, 16 on the year, most in the phalange area.
Joshua Coleman with a good play on that, scraping down the sidelines.
Third down and 5.
You're looking at some of the backup offensive linemen getting in as well for Byron Center. You got Ben Leifer, the 10th grader in there, 6'1", 230, number 71 here at the bottom of your screen. 27 in the backfield. That's that 5'5" Hunter Pulowski.
Guy they value quite a bit. Keeper, flag down, tackle made. That's Joshua Coleman again, sticking his nose in there. The keeper by the quarterback, that's Easton Weichers. And this one's coming back, I believe.
Andrew Emmons getting some snaps. Espen Batdorf in there.
How about that name?
Yeah, ESPN.
Yep, senior. Saw his name earlier on the banners around the field.
15 yards in the previous spot. Remains third
Good old chop block.
Yeah, that'll do her. Final seconds of the third quarter, and Groves is on the move. They lead by 1, 14-13. And a regional final being played in Birmingham, Michigan tonight. Beverly Hills, if we're being technical.
Third down and 20.
This will be interesting to see if they drop back and let the young man pass, or if they're just going to maybe run just like a little screen or something, an easy completion. I'd let him rip.
Yeah, why not? Weichers, play action. He's going to let it rip. Right side, got a man caught, tackled at the 46, lost the ball, incomplete, and a flag late. All kinds of chaos on the carpet.
And that flag was thrown by the back official well after the play was over, and you just see some palms go into the air from Portage Central, so I'm assuming it's on them, and that would be a huge play. I'm not sure if it's an automatic first down. Maybe they're calling that face mask right there at the end.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Which isn't an automatic first down at the high school level.
Right.
After the play,
Marcellus Vance.
Personal foul. Defense. 15 yards.
That's a killer.
It's still fourth down, though.
Fourth
they
and
said
5.
it was after the play.
Yeah, here's
So
another look.
you get the completion here, or the incompletion as the case may be, right there. So you get 15 yards from that. And it's still fourth down.
Yeah, 4th and 5. And to relay the play is Aiden Ferguson, the junior. They'll split him out wide right. Near side bottom of the screen is Marcellus Vance. Hitch, go, and pass interference. He was being held. He was being held in coverage by Grant Henry, who was beat on that bad move. And by bad, I mean good.
Yeah, Byron Center is not done throwing haymakers. A double move with 7 minutes left, up 45-14. But this is why you get your young men involved, let them get some experience, and that was a great call. Unfortunately for the defense, number 40, he had to hold Grant Henry. And there you go, automatic first down on that one.
Detroit Catholic Central is running away from 3-time state final appearancer Belleville. Want to thank our friends at BC Chiropractic. Proud to help their patients live better pain-free lives. They're just down the street. Go find them. Some of the best back cracking and massage. You get it all right there. 616-583-7810. And just a great professional service and connected with the community. We thank the great folks at Byron Center Chiropractic for taking care of this community. And some good back cracking tonight by this Byron Center defense, who's been stingy, giving up just 14 points.
Yeah, and even the 14 points that they gave up, one score before the end of the half when you were already up 35. So, you can kind of allow and make good for the 14 that they even have given up.
Yes, you can. There's a touchdown in Macomb Township, and Dakota is now tied Cass Tech 7-7. And Mason has jumped out to a 22-10 lead, a 12-0 run for the Mason team that lost to Western in the regular season. Keeper right side, and Weichers goes down.
Weichers on the keeper.
Yep, and you can tell the coaches talk to him, make sure you're staying in bounds. We just want to run this clock, get out of here with our first ever victory this far into the playoffs.
Yeah, Stick will be with our G of the game after this one. Yeah, probably again. Yeah,
it has to be, right?
I think so.
Let's look at the receiving.
Nah, 2 catches. The leader. It hasn't been the kind of night, and I mean, look, it's a compliment, right? You didn't have to throw the thing around the yard. Weichers rolling left, looking downfield, got some room, and out of bounds at the 10.
Weichers on the scramble.
So it'll set up 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 from the 12-yard line, call it the 11-yard line.
But once again, a very smart play by Weichers. He's out there. You could tell if you're in this type of position, you don't get much playing time. You should be excited. You should just be wanting to throw the ball, even if it's against your best interest. But on a play like that, he's able to pull it down, pick up 9 yards, keep the drive alive, and not just try to force the throw because you're in the ball game. I like that poise.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys, they get in there, they're just going to go nuts for 6 minutes.
Right.
Yeah,
well, it's kind of selfish, but you understand it.
Right.
Not him. He's running the offense and making some real decisions and proper decisions. Motions left to right. That's Owen DeYoung. Calls his own number, gets the first down to the 8-yard line. Some extra shenanigans, things getting chippy. Move the chains, first down with 6 minutes left. Jewett on the tackle. And the young Weichers get some good game day experience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with that play at all. I didn't think it was a late hit
kid.
or anything. Yeah. We're playing football here.
And look at that guy.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see how Jillick would play if he had 2 proper hands. But, he's got 2 clubs out there, and he's still making plays.
Yeah, some people got club feet. This guy's got club arms and hands. 5.5 left, rolling clock. Weichers keeps it left side, slips and falls at the 7. He smacks that beautiful new turf.
Yeah, I don't think he slipped and fell.
No?
I think that was designed.
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, he saw there was going to be some resistance, and he was like, you know what? I'm just going to get maybe you're right.
I thought turf monster.
I thought he was just, you know what?
You might be right. You might be right. but it does what the coach wanted, and that's stay in bounds and stop the clock. Maybe that was the football god saying, hey, Cisco told you to get down. Listen to him. I mean, he's got those kinds of powers around here.
See Aiden Ferguson checking in.
Yeah.
5'10", 150 junior.
Good to see some guys getting time. Clock continues to wind. Weicher's trying to lead a scoring drive. Jet sweep, give outside the numbers, and well played with leverage by the defense. Popped out of bounds. Tackled by number 2, that's Bloomquist, and it's a gain of 0. Third down.
Yeah, Connor Nealon just getting a little too far, trying to use his speed to get around him. And look, he winds up on the track doing somersaults. Full momentum going all the way to the sideline.
Groves and De La Salle are battling it out. Everything else is pretty much solved in Division II. But Groves leads by 1 with 9.5 to go. Groves on the move. Byron Center on the move here in a 3rd and 7. Looking to hit half 100 tonight with a score here. Carry Weichers to the goal line. He's down. It'll be 4th and a foot. And
how many and 1 yards have we seen in this game for them? 1 and goal.
Yeah.
Seems like they get it down to the 1 yard line on every single drive, and then just a nice, easy punch in with the quarterback.
You're right. It's hard to get that close.
Right.
It's like bocce ball out there.
See number 80 running on the field, Troy Irvine, another junior, 5'11". He's down at the bottom of your screen, single coverage too.
We'll see if they go to him. Weichers in the gun. Takes it himself. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Byron Center. Into the end zone. Easton Weichers, the junior quarterback. And the Bulldogs have crossed that half 100 line.
There you see Jaden Weber running off the field too. Some big blocks by all those guys up front. You see the pulling guard, 57, get in there. Everybody hat on a hat. And there you go, a touchdown.
Yeah, extra point coming. And this young man already knocked one home. Parker Wiggins, extra point. This guy, no worries. Up and good inside that left upright. Nothing like sniffing that upright. We saw a little bit of that in Detroit this past Sunday.
Baby. Man, that was fun to watch.
Yep. A lot of fun tonight if you're a Byron Center fan. A cakewalk into the semis. And a date with destiny. And the team last year in East Lansing that knocked out Byron Center. We got the final 3 minutes coming up. Chad Bush, Sam Stick Day. Stick around after the ball game. We'll have our G of the game. It's a responsible decision down there. I'm glad to have you doing double duties, man. You're up for G of the game too for doing double duty tonight.
Yeah, well, my cardio appreciates it, going up and down these grandstands. But no, it's been fun. There's nothing like walking up to a coach, trying to get their attention before they go into the locker room or when they come out for halftime.
Yeah.
It's like, oh boy, I'm annoying this guy.
Well, it does. Now we got an appreciation of what those before us this year have done. And I appreciate what you've done. Thank you. I want to thank our friends at ACC. Ingredients for cleaners and metalworking fluids, coatings, personal care products, advanced chemical concepts. Thank you to Craig Tungate and the great folks at ACC for helping to make this broadcast possible. Byron Center now in a running clock game with 2.5 to go. And we thank Advanced Chemical Concepts for making this broadcast possible. We are the Prep. We're on NFHS. Join our sponsorship team today. Contact us, info@theprepsports.com. We're available. Our winter schedule is closing quickly, but there are some openings. Follow us on our socials. Austin Sonnenberg doing great work as our social media director, getting highlights out. Things are really moving in the right direction. We thank him and our hardworking team. Under 2 minutes with his clock winding down, Stick.
Yeah, great game. I mean, from start to finish, Byron Center has had control of this game. They came out in that first drive, 11 plays, took it right down. Then their third possession, they went 90 yards, took it all the way down, just had full control of this game all the way through. I'm going to head down to the sidelines and grab our G of the game. I'm assuming I know who it is?
Yeah, I think you do.
All right. I'll meet you guys down there.
All right, my man. Appreciate you. On the carry, it's Peyton Porter. On the tackle, it's Landon Pullman, the junior defensive lineman. 3rd down and 1. And this rolling clock continues. And tonight we're Byron Center would roll up 333 yards on the ground. Portage Central would put up 219 on the ground, but this is a team that doesn't throw the football and had to play from behind all night. Tackle for loss. How about that? Look at that flex and fire up. That's Caden Mayering, the 10th grader and the strong safety. And he's loving that play, and he should. Pitch left side, Evan Wazalewski. TFL, the sophomore, with some electricity in the final minute. It's moments like that that make practicing and grinding all week and all season, the 2nd and 3rd units, worthwhile. Byron Center headed to the semifinals with another win tonight, their 23rd win in their last 25 games. Mark Cisco's group is headed to the semifinals to take on East Lansing. A regional final victory, their first in school history, and it happens tonight on this 15th day in November in 2024. Byron Center 52, Portage Central 14. Byron Center goes to 11-1, and they'll take their act to the semis against their nemesis, East Lansing, who knocked them out last year. We'll step aside. Our G of the game when we come back. Sam Stick Day will be standing by. Another hat from G Brand USA about to be given. It's a fresh looking lid too. Don't go anywhere.
From an ordinary idea comes a great journey. It all starts with a simple thought, a vision of something bigger, greater than what already exists. It's that spark that ignites the passion and drive to create something truly amazing. At G Brand, we understand this journey well. We take pride in the details and perfecting every aspect of the process, regardless of how small or big they may be. Because it's more than just a design or a shirt. It's about outfitting future champions. There's something to be said about a team coming together, each member contributing their unique skills, talents, and ideas. It's that collective effort that takes a simple idea and turns it into something truly great. The process can be excruciating, with countless hours spent tirelessly reviewing every detail. But the end result is pure and so rewarding, knowing that we've created something that will inspire greatness in those who wear it. Whether they come from a savage land or a booming metropolis, whether their numbers are 2 or 2 billion, the greatest their numbers could ever become is truly to become one. That's why at G Brand, we're more than just a clothing company. We're a movement, a community of like-minded individuals who believe in the power of coming together to make a difference. So join us on this journey as we strive to outfit future champions and inspire greatness in all that we do. G Brand. Now that's game.
Discover Maple Hill Golf, your ultimate destination for all things golf.
Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned pro, we offer the latest in golf gear, from bags and clubs to apparel and accessories.
Hurry into Maple Hill Golf for the most no-brainer deal ever. Get 8 items valued over $220 for just $39.99 while supplies last.
Visit maplehillgolf.com to explore our full range of products.
Maple Hill Golf. Everything golf for less.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
Byron Center advancing after their first regional title in school history. We've got our G of the game. It's a no-doubter. Sam Stick Day standing by with our G. Let's go down. Stick.
52-14. I got Landon Tungate with us, our G of the game. I was going to say, looking over there, watching your teammates hold up that trophy, but then they brought it to you. What's it mean to bring that to your school, the furthest your school has ever gone in the playoffs?
It's amazing. Like, this is the stuff we dreamed for as kids. Our class, we wanted to do it so bad. All that work, coming here, hopping the fence to throw the football around, all the early wake-ups, weight room, lifting, all that stuff, and all the practices, all the hours come down to this, and we got it done tonight, and I'm just so happy, and I'm proud of my guys. This is about the happiest I've ever been, yeah.
Well, here, usually we put the hat on the player, but let's put it on the trophy, all right? Because that's going to be sitting in your hallways forever. That is something that's going to live on in Byron Center from here till the end of time. You put in the hard work. You had 3 touchdowns on the ground today. I was calling you the human joystick up in the booth because you were hitting with the spin move. You had the juke move. What's your vision come from, and how do you put together all those moves?
Playing a lot of rumble fumble when you're younger, that helps quite a bit. That's what it boils down to. Playing a lot of football when you're young, developing those skills and that vision. Yeah.
Well, they got a great program here in Byron Center, starting you kids when you're young all the way up to this moment. Look around. You're celebrating with all your brothers tonight. There's going to be a big party going on in Byron Center celebrating you guys. I heard the other coach tell you go win it for the west side of the state.
Yeah, I mean, that's the goal, and we're going to try our best. Yeah, I'm just happy that we got this done tonight. But, yeah, for sure we got to keep rolling, no doubt about that. Yeah, and we're gonna really have our best week of practice this week, next week. We look forward to the challenges that are going to come along, and, yeah.
You got the right mindset. Already talking about practice next week, Chad. They're on a mission here on the west side of the state. Byron Center, the furthest they've ever gone in school history, large part because of you, young man. Great game tonight, and the past 3 games that we've called, it's been a pleasure to watch you play.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, our G of the game, ladies and gentlemen, our G of the game. Back to you, Chad.
Yeah, great job, Stick. Landon Tungate, the senior quarterback, 5'11", 185. All he does is win. Hyper competitive. Very tough for him at times before this year to calm himself down, stay in the moment, stay composed, lead this team He's always been an outstanding performer, was an all-conference player as a sophomore, as a free safety, a weight room worker, a weight room warrior, a winner. Somebody go get this kid and sign him up. He got in the end zone early, and that was one of 3 from the ground, 162. Tungate in the end zone to open the scoring there. 7-0 with the extra point. A pick on the second possession. And wait a minute. Kellen Payne says, forget it. We're going to come right back. Forget about that pick. Get the football back. They did. Force the punt. He's in the end zone. Touchdown on the 6-yard carry. Fumbleitis. Portage Central had it. Back-to-back times they did. This time on the kick return. Fumble recovered by Mason Sarver. And then wasting no time and going right back, it's Cam Payne into the end zone, the sophomore, for the touchdown. It was 21-0. And then, bam, Van Dam gets in. Tungate says, I'll take this one myself. Thank you very little. He's in for the second time of the night. And 28-0 at that point. Portage Central would come back and strike, being down 35-0. And they would get in before the break. And that was Peyton Porter. But BC wasn't done. They come right out and score before the half. And they led 35-7. And they continue to pound it in. It was Easton Weichers to cap off the scoring. The junior quarterback went in from a yard out. Extra point good, Dawson Hilliard. And it's a party in Byron Center. They've gone to the semifinals for the first time in school history. And they claim the regional title tonight on their home turf with a win over Portage Central to now go to 11-1 and advance to take on East Lansing in the semifinals coming up next Saturday at 1 o'clock. It'll be on the west side of the state. Stay tuned to MHSAA.com to find out exactly where. And a good season for Portage Central and their program. They finished the year 8-4, but nothing to hang their hat on. 2 wins over Matawan and overcame an 0-2 start on the year. They lost to East Lansing, lost to Forest Hills Central. Both teams are still rolling in the playoffs tonight. And they came back and went on a run, won 8 of 9, and nothing to be ashamed of. They got a district title to their credit, and they will be a threat for years to come. A younger club, Mick Enders, has built something special. But the storyline was Landon Tungate and Byron Center, a stingy defense under Van Dam and Chris Brown. That front really set the edge, didn't allow that sort of flexbone offense to get going. And it was all in all just a wire-to-wire wipeout for the home team, Byron Center. We'll take a break, come back, put the baby to bed in BC. Thanks so much for watching on NFHS. We'll have scores and wrap things up when we come back. Some fabulous finishes that are coming down to the final stretch. We'll do a final whip around the state. Come on back, won't you? We're the Prep, bringing it to you on NFHS tonight. Thanks so much for watching.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Look, everybody wanna go and talk it. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
So this ball game is over. We know that Byron Center will take on East Lansing in one side of the semifinals in Division II. Let's go take a look on the other side of the Division II. Pat the Stat and Austin Sonnenberg looking, they've been examining this quite a bit. The other side is set on one team. Orchard Lake St. Mary's has won 27-3 over Gibraltar Carlson. So they will take on the winner on the other side of De La Salle and Groves. Right now, Groves has a 21-19 lead over De La Salle. De La Salle went in, they went for 2, they didn't get it. There's 4.5 minutes to go in Beverly Hills, Michigan. And right now, it's number 1 Groves in line to take on Orchard Lake St. Mary's, a team that wasn't even ranked in the preseason in Division II in that other Division II semifinal. Of course, St. Mary's plays out of the Catholic League Central Division, and so does their rival De La Salle, which would set up an interesting semifinal in Division II, St. Mary's De La Salle. In the first matchup, De La Salle won by 10 points. We covered it on the prep, and this could be the rematch, or it could be Groves moving on. Coach Brendan Flaherty doing a great job there, going at it against Dan Roan, who's kind of been a legend on this side of the state with his time over in Muskegon and all the great teams that he's had in Grand Rapids and during his tenure. But right now, Groves is on the drive, up 2. They just got a pass interference call, and they're on the move. So we'll keep you posted there. Some other scores that are finals and in Division I. Now, this is a big one. Detroit Catholic Central 35, Belleville 14. The Shamrocks are moving on. The Shamrocks will play in the semifinals, and who will they play? We don't know. Cass Tech and Dakota are going at it, and they're tied at 7 in the 4th quarter. That's an interesting battle there, and that's up in Macomb, and that's a very interesting matchup that we'll check in with here shortly. Another tie game in Division I. Adams 14, Grand Blanc 14. That's in the 4th quarter, and so that's that. East Lansing wins 28-0 over Heritage. Again, that's who will match up. And then King wins over River Rouge in Division III. Zeeland West 20-0 over Forest Hill Central last check. And Mason leading over Wall Lake Western 22-10. We do have an update from Macomb, Dakota with 1:53 to go. Dakota leads 14-13. So that's an interesting score. Want to thank our hardworking crew for making this broadcast work so well. Want to thank our friends at Byron Center. Really appreciate head coach Mark Cisco and the athletic director Brady Lake, Craig Tungate, Andy Kitchen, all the great folks, Byron Center, the community. And we also thank head coach Mick Enders for his time, the head coach of Portage Central. Time to get out of here, say goodbye, and thank our crew, fabulously talented and hardworking, and we're thankful for their effort tonight here in Byron Center. And a great crew it was, captained by Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Also on this crew, Evan Westfall on replay, Rob Hunter, the Hunt Man on graphics, Christian Jackson on audio, Sean Scott got the nod at camera 1, late game decision, Dylan O'Connor on camera 2, Taylor Bowens on camera 3, Chris Armani Rose on camera 4, Sam Stick Day on color commentary and on the sidelines, Pat the Stat Bush and Austin Sonnenberg on stats. My name's Chad Bush saying so long from Byron Center. Your final score tonight, Byron Center 52, Portage Central 14. Byron Center going to the semis for the first time in school history. So long, everybody.